The start of the game is approaching, and it's the right time to meet the teams, starting with Team Poland.
Polska! Polska biało-czerwoni! Cześć! Polska biało-czerwoni! Polska biało-czerwoni!
Is there anyone from Sweden?
Calling me all night long.
Spades.
Ingen handskar idag eller?
Är det klaps eller?
No.
Lucas Bencho. Number 59, Linus Luancho.
Just after 8 p.m. local time on a Sunday night here in Ostrava. Glad you're watching our coverage. It is day 3 of the IIHF World Hockey Championship. Great start for the captain, Erik Karlsson, and Team Sweden as they open things up with a 5-2 win over Team USA. They haven't medaled since they won back-to-back gold in 2017 and 2018, but they are loaded with star power this year in Czechia. Meantime, historic tournament for Poland. They're back in the main championship for the first time in 22 years as we meet the officials for the game, the referees from Canada and Switzerland, and the men running the lines from Finland and Canada. The captains at center ice, Christian Dubinsky. You saw Erik Karlsson ready to go. Poland, we didn't know what to expect. Game 1, it was their first game since they beat Japan back in 2002. The head coach of Sweden, Sam Hallam, great start, lots to smile about in that 5-2 win over Team USA. And Robert Gallagher, he's actually from Slovakia. He's in his 4th year behind the bench for Poland. The best finish a few times for Poland, 5th, but that was in 1975, a long time ago. They're thrilled to be back in the main championship. They did not look out of place in their very first game where they took Latvia to the limit. They led 3 times in that game. Latvia won 5-4 in overtime. The building was electric, Brian. We're about 15 kilometers from the Polish border. The fans were loud, they were proud, and here we go. Game number 2 here for Poland in the tournament.
Oh, that's going to be great for them. Yeah, they put up a terrific effort. They had a chance to win that game, no doubt. They played with a ton of passion and lots of energy. Macias led the way with them for 2 goals. Brick had a goal. Macias was +3. And for the Swedes, it was the Eriksson, Ek, Kempe, Raymond combination. 5 points from those guys, led by Eriksson Ek in their game. He had 3 points, 2 goals and 1 assist. Outstanding stuff from that top line. We expected it all to start coming from the defense core headed by Hedman, Carlson, and Brodin. But to me, it was the forwards that had the puck all the time and really did the most damage against the USA.
Underway, you saw the goalies, Philip Gustafsson for Sweden and David Zabolotny. In his tournament debut, it was the American native John Murray who got the start for Poland in game number 1. An early whistle. As Murray's actually been a Polish native for over a decade, so he's not just a goalie for hire. He's done a great job in the Polish organization, a 6-time champion in the Polish league back home. But tonight, it's David Zabolotny getting the start in net.
The Eriksson Ek line starts for Sweden. They know that Poland's going to come out and just go crazy again early on. They'll try and take advantage of mistakes here. Sweden always plays a very controlled game, especially in the neutral zone.
Sweden blessed with high-level defensemen, including the first overall pick, Rasmus Dahlin. Their reverse play. There's Adrian Kempe, part of that top line you talked about. They were dynamite versus USA. Here's Dahlin. Eriksson Ek goes to the net. Rasmus Dahlin. He'll work it in, tried that centering pass, and that hit a leg into the Polish bench and out of play.
Yeah, the one thing the Poles haven't seen yet is a dynamic decor that can get up the ice. So will Dahlin get out of the structure that Sweden always sticks to so much? Victor Hedman, probably not as much as you would think. He usually sticks to it. But does Erik Karlsson? No, not as often. Erik Karlsson plays the way he plays. I would expect he'd be up the ice, and I don't think Poland's seen anything like him up close and personal.
Right off the drop, Burakovsky, Victor Hedman cutting in, shot off a stick.
And that's high and out of play as Maciej Krujek got a stick in the lane. And you talk about the blessings at defense. Victor Hedman, not only is he a 2-time Stanley Cup champ and a dangerous player, who's he paired up with? Up with the 2-time Norris Trophy winner, Erik Karlsson.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch that's a nightmare for Poland tonight. And for Victor Hedman, it's from the blue line in. That's where he'll specialize. Erik Karlsson, it'll be all over the ice. He'll be a second wave. Sometimes he'll be leading the rush up the ice, I would expect.
Mateusz Mikulski got it in deep. Erik Karlsson back. Pontus Holmberg starting the play. Comes into Polish territory, and it's Patrick Vida down the ice. And that'll be an icing. And you know what, for Poland, settle in. There's got to be some nerves. They admitted game 1, very nervous. A lot of fans in the building. Haven't been here in 22 years in the main championship. And when you look across at some of these names, I mean, it's got to be a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You have nothing to lose at the same time. You just go out there and play, try and, you know, make an example and say, hey, I can play with these guys and just see what happens.
Fabian Zetterling chasing after the puck. That was a big win for Sweden in game 1 of group play. As really Sweden, the USA, you look at the rosters, they're the top 2 teams, and that could go a long way in deciding who wins the group, even though it was game 1 of a World Championship. Fabian Zetterling, a little bit of pace to the backhand, and a good test early, and it was stopped by Zabolotny, who's going to see a lot of chances and pucks coming his way. Here's Freshko, pass across, cutting in, shot. Oh, what a stop early. Great rush, dominant caution, shut down by Philip Gustafsson.
Yeah, and the Swedes have to respect Poland. A chance at one end of the ice and an even better chance at the other end. Karlsson's up the ice, and that's going to happen a lot. Victor Hedman commits early and goes way over on the left side, and that allows some time and room for Posh coming in. There's the initial chance right up the middle for Lundström. Good save there, and right back Poland came.
Here's Grundström for Sweden from his own zone. He'll bring it up through center, over the line. Grundström still with it, wrist shot, maybe going wide, but gloved down by Zabolotny.
The decor for Poland is going to face an awful lot. They're going to need some help. They're going to need some back checkers that are conscientious, because the Swedes are going to come at them at high speed, probably like nothing they have seen yet. And so if they back off the line a lot, that will help the Swedes even more. And then you'll start to see the east-west stuff and the drop passes. And boy, they can really dangle with the puck.
Linus Johansson lines up for Sweden, tries to win it. As Froden went to the net, Pettersson has to backpedal. He's watched by Patrick Frizoliak. Little give and go for Sweden, led by Carl Grunstrom to the net. Grunstrom following up. Puck battle, Kostick able to work it to center and shift to Tim Heed. Pass in front, Eriksson Ek in and out of the glove. Joel Eriksson Ek, he opened up the scoring in the tournament for Sweden in game number 1. A dangerous player coming off career highs in the NHL with the Minnesota Wild.
You're going to have 5 guys in yellow moving all over the place. You won't be able to tell who's forward or defense at time. And that kind of sorting out process is what Poland's going to have to figure out.
Jonas Brodin is center. Here's Lucas Raymond cutting in, waiting, wrist shot. It was knocked down as Raymond goes back to work. Career highs for him back in the NHL with Detroit this season, and 2 massive goals in the final 2 regular season games, including the finale at the Bell Center where they nearly crawled into the playoffs on the final night. Raymond tied it versus Montreal in the final seconds to force overtime. They won in the shootout actually, but it wasn't enough as they missed the playoffs. Here is Lucas Raymond. They'll bring it in for Sweden. Load man in, wrist shot blocked. Raymond, a lot of success internationally. Had a U18 in his home country in Örnsköldsvik in northern Sweden. Had a hat-trick goal in the gold medal game. The first time ever they won a goal at the U18 level. Victor Hedman fakes the shot. Pass across, tip, score! An early strike, the pass from Marcus Johansson. Off a stick in front. I think it was a Polish stick, so it should be Johansson's goal, and it's 1-0 Sweden.
Yeah, looks like it. He's the first one going to the bench. I thought Eriksson Ek may have gotten a stick on it, but it's Marcus Johansson on the wing. And it's just a good, solid play. Nothing fancy about it. Watch 14 yellow go to the front of the net. He'll have the stick down, but here comes the puck from the right side. He's actually trying to pass off that far corner and trying to get it to Burakovsky. The fake shot by Victor Hedman drew the defenseman up on that side. And yeah, it did go off the defenseman's stick. You know what? It was going in either way. Because if it did get through to Burakovsky, he was all alone on that post, and there was no chance that Zabolotny was going to get across and make a save either way.
Not even 4 minutes in, 1-0 Sweden. They put up 5 in game number 1 versus Team USA. Here's Victor Hedman, who has an assist on that opening goal. Erik Karlsson, little feather pass, trying to find Pontus Holmberg. Played with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Career highs for him in points this season, back in the NHL. Here's a puck race. Krzysztof Macias. Here's a guy to watch for Poland, number 34. He's 19 years old, had 2 goals in the opener, played in the Western League with Prince Albert this season, 47 points. He was 4th in team scoring, and Macias, he's got a lot of offensive upside for Poland. Holmberg works it in. Poland chips to center, Pettersson back. It's watched by Bartol Freshko. Lundestrom walks it in, takes it around the net, pass in front, Tim Heed found on the shot, and it trickled all the way to Zabolotny, and he will hold.
Yeah, Poland's having some issues already. They had guys back, everybody tight into the middle of the ice, but it was a line change for Sweden. So you have guys coming from distance, and nobody really picked up anybody from Poland. So if you think that you're just going to get rebounds and get the pucks first when you're standing around, it's not going to happen. The guys in yellow are going to get them if the original shot doesn't go in the first place. That's going to put a lot of stress on Zabolotny.
Tim Heed lost the puck. Plays with Hockey Club Ambri Piotta in the Swiss National League, their top league in Switzerland. Had 105 NHL games with the Sharks and 29 points. There's Victor Olofsson setting up, far point. He'll drop it off. Pass across Pettersson. He'll work it down low. There's Heed, try to get it in front. Fabian Zetterlund. Zetterlund delivers back to Pettersson. He'll backhand it in as Sweden controls. Zetterlund and lost it, and Tim Heed's got to get back. It is our 3rd game of the day here in Ostrava, and happy Mother's Day to all the great moms at home watching our coverage. Carl Grunstrom puts on the brakes, goes up top. Here's Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin cutting in. Dahlin backdoor feed, and there were sticks in front, including Jesper Brodin, who was cutting in. Brodin has the puck. Jonas Brodin couldn't handle it. He'll backpedal. Grunstrom at center. Froden shoots it in. There's Dahlin, lone man in. Sweden changing behind the play. Poland trying to clear, and they will. Zygmunts, pass in front. Oh, right kick save as Kalush was cutting in. Full credit, Philip Gustafsson. He's made 2 point-blank saves early on just 2 shots. So the 2 shots by Poland, that's pretty good quality. Here's a turnover. Adrian Kempe, in front shot, score. What a pass. Lucas Raymond, side of the net. That's a tap-in, and it's 2-0.
That's where Poland's going to have to score when they get those chances. Sweden's had the puck most of the time already. Poland gets their 1 chance, and it doesn't go in. Gustafsson does his job, and it's a 2-goal swing here. Instead of 1-1, it's going to be 2-0. Here's Poland with their chance. Terrific pass across, getting up on a play is Kalush, the save, and then look at the movement by Sweden, and another backdoor play. The coverage has got to be better right at the crease area by Poland. If they're just going to come up to a spot and think they're going to get in seams, these Swedish players are really good. They're precise passes. They have so much movement to their game. They are all over the place. So they're going to have to pay way more attention, especially at the net there. And they're down 2-0 already.
And your focus off the top of our broadcast, the top line, Kempe, Eriksson, Raymond. I mean, Eriksson, he was a beast in game 1. Lucas Raymond, Adrian Kempe, a dynamic line. I mean, we haven't seen, obviously, Connor Bedard is having a tournament for Canada in the other group in Prague, 4 goals. This has to be one of the best lines of the tournament, at least in our group, for sure.
On our side, yeah, it's just what I was about to say. Yeah, it's the best line we've seen. Eriksson, 2-way player, great with the puck and without. Kempe, great speed all over the place. Lucas Raymond, so dynamic, especially moving into the red line, and they're proving it. That's 7 points already for them. That'll make it 8, actually, in 2 games.
They're on the ice again, led by Kempe for Joel Eriksson. He got taken out of the play, and here's Macias. Macias played 44 games for Hockey Club Vitkovice, which plays out of this rink right here in Ostrava. In a media interview, he talked about how this is basically like home. He's seen this rink a lot, the U20 team and the big club here in the Czech Extraliga, getting a couple games, so it feels like home for the young man. Had a nice season in the Western Hockey League. Here's a steal. Marcus Johansson back to work. Johansson protects the puck. Edmund, big hit on Dominic Posch. Sweden controls. Burakovsky with the puck. Had it at the line. Shot in by Pontus Holmberg. Sweden changing, and he has to wait, and he does. Hedman jumped off. He jumped on.
And what Sweden will do to you, because of the movement, because of the amount of time they have the puck already, they'll have Poland thinking about positioning, defensive positioning all the time, which is obviously first and foremost. But what it does, it takes away from your offensive thoughts, your offensive momentum. And next thing you know, your big guys don't have a feel for the puck or playmaking, and your offense goes downhill.
Olsen bringing it in, and he was stripped of the puck by Alan Lucharczyk. Lucharczyk played some time in the OHL, Sudbury and Owen Sound, also some time in the East Coast Hockey League. Up for Kostick. Kostick had it, then backhands it in. That shot from distance right on, and Gustafsson's going to play it. Good velocity there from Kamil Wawegna. A lot of these players, too, in Poland play in the Czech Extraliga, including Wawegna, plays for Trinec. So Czechia does feel like home. We're in the eastern part of the country, really close to the Polish border. A lot of fans from Poland, Latvia, Slovakia. My goodness, they were allowed earlier today, our first game. Here's a chance up the right side. Paul shoots, protects the puck, and he was closed off just enough. Good skating as Jesper Froden got back. Jonas Brodin in center, lost it. Puck play to center. Poland losing Bertosz Chura. He's got injured in game 1. He's out for the tournament. So losing one of their key players. Eriksson, little flip in front. Wanted Lucas Raymond. Comes to Dahlin. Dahlin goes up top. Eriksson at the line. High wrist shot missed. Rodin in deep. Rodin in front, and the skate trying to get the shot off was Grundstrom. And the puck will pop out to center.
See those rotations from low to high. That's what's so hard to keep track of. It can be dizzying for sure. And if you start chasing, if you're Poland, you're going to be out of position. But at the same time, you have to find a way to get some movement in your game defensively, not just stand around in the middle of the ice.
And Poland knew, I mean, they want to stay up in this main championship. That's the main goal. Get some experience against teams like Sweden and grow in a tournament. I mean, you can hang in there and keep it close in this game. That works in Poland's favor. You get some good vibes going, and you feel good about the next games you have to play in group play, especially in games that you know you want to try and get some points to stay up in the main championship.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to learn a lot from this game, having played against the Swedish team that's right at the top of the food chain here in this V group. And however the game turns out, they'll be able to use that moving forward against other good teams.
As mentioned, they're sitting their #1 goalie. John Murray got the first start. He's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, but now a Polish passport, and he's been in Poland for over a decade. Is Burakovsky. They'll throw it up top. Sweden changing on the fly. The smooth skating of Erik Karlsson. Down low for Pettersson. Pettersson, reverse play. Pass in front, Johansson, and it's over the net. That was close to going in. Sweden's just maneuvering nicely right now. Burakovsky. He'll stop near point. Erik Karlsson. He'll deliver. Nice pass, and just over the stick there. It popped a little bit on Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah, at some point, Sweden has to get into the middle of the ice. They have to get the puck to the net. And when they do, that's when the battles are going to happen, or have to happen for Poland. And then they can catch them out of position and get some chances. Poland's already had a couple of really good looks at the net. They've got to score when they get those few chances.
Victor Olsen battling. There's Zetterlund with Isaac Lunderstrom. Kind of a kid line, these three. I kind of like the looks of this line. A lot of youth back home in the NHL and a chance to play together here at the World Championship. Here's Pettersson over the line. Got it taken away there from Pavel Dronya. Dronya lost the puck. Tough change there for Poland, and able to work it up to center ice. As Poshut lost it, flipped high, stays in play. Carl Grundstrom dealt the body check down low all the way to the Swede line. Grundstrom went off his skate, and it comes back to Marcin Kalush. Kalush, 39 years old, a former draft pick of the Minnesota Wild. He never played in the NHL, but he's kind of that veteran guy on this team. He was offered a Liga contract in Finland at 36 years of age. So he's a guy that keeps in shape. He's done it for a long time and a definite leader on this team. Here's a chance at the left side. Patrick Veronka, he's got some wheels. We saw him game 1. Veronka, number 15, he's not a big guy. Smallest guy in the tournament. The only guy bigger, Cole Caulfield, but Veronka, we saw he's got some wheels to create a little bit of offense, especially on the power play. Dahlin, he just got stood up with a big body check there by Dubinsky. He's the captain of the team, 35-year-old, and a big body check there. In comes Raymond. Lucas Raymond in the corner. Hedman trying to lay the body check. It's played up that right side. Adrian Kempe over the line with Raymond. Kempe drops it back, wanted Hedman.
It'd be a good idea for Poland to lay the body on when they can. Have some big hits. They might be able to distract Sweden a little bit. You get guys a little angry when they get run at, and Poland could use that to their advantage.
Eriksson Ek right on, follow-up try, and it's covered by Zavalotny at the side of the net. 2-0 Sweden. Marcus Johansson and Lucas Raymond.
No surprises so far in this game. Sweden's had the puck most of the time. Lucas Raymond and that top line with Eriksson Ek and Kempe have done their fair share. Holding a couple of looks at the net, but I think they need to use the body a little bit, get up ice and get some puck control. If they try to make plays too fast, they need to have a little bit of feel in the game, right? So as long as they can hold on to the puck, I think it'll help them. Puck possession, of course, means Sweden doesn't have it as well.
You know, it's been a nice move up here for Poland. A quick rise. They were promoted from the Group B level championship in 2022, and then very quickly the D1 tournament won silver in 2023. And up here for the first time now in 22 years. We know Hungary and Slovenia will be promoted at next year's World Championship, Stockholm and Herning, Denmark. The two cities that will co-host, as that qualification was at the 1A tournament this year in Italy. Sweden controls. There's shot knocked down, as Erik Karlsson couldn't get it through. Freshko up the right side, picked up at center. Gorney dropped it back, and a shot by Freshko off the stick and wide. Alan Lusharczyk unable to hold his own. Karlsson up for Hedman with Burakovsky. Burakovsky, he'll delay. Pettersson just jumped on the ice. Burakovsky, Pettersson, there he is. He flips it to the wing, nobody there. That to his Burke, able to clear it back into Sweden territory. Pass intended for Johansson. Moved up to Urbanovic. Maciej Urbanovic plays it around the boards, picked up by Pettersson in the corner. Victor Hedman to the right side. Olofsson. In comes Zetterlund. Zetterlund lays the body check behind the net. Zetterlund plays for San Jose, and the Sharks winning the draft lottery. So Zetterlund likely a teammate very soon with Macklin Celebrini. Draft coming up in Las Vegas. Pass right in front. What a chance to feed for Isaac Lundestrom, and he couldn't cash it in front.
Kostek did a good job on him at the last second right in front of the net. Couldn't get a real clean look because of Kostek.
Olofsson, he'll leave. Up top, Pettersson. Across. Tim Heed the blast, and that right pad stops Zabalotny. Pettersson to Heed. Sweden just changing here on the fly as they're getting fresh legs out, and they hold the zone. Throwed it. Fell. Able to dump it in deep, though. On the ice is Linus Johansson. He waits. Spins, shoots. A little bit of rebound in front as Froden was battling for it. And that'll be chipped into the Polish bench for a stoppage. Face off in Polish territory as Sweden leads. Welcome back to Ostrava, this beautiful arena built back in 1986. It's hosted a couple of World Juniors back in 1994, most recently in 2020. Yeah, the Trey Kroner fans, they're here. Poland's been good, but Sweden's been pretty loud as well. It's the beauty of this World Championship each and every year, the passion, the fans, the commitment. And by that, I mean they're up at 11 a.m., they're giving her pretty early, and they're doing it all day long here, Brian.
And the Swedish fans always seem to get their sections together. You see that giant section. They always wear those Swedish jerseys and the bright yellow just shows up everywhere. Unmistakable.
You can't miss the Trey Kroner. It's awesome. Here's Veronka. Pavel Veronka worked it into the corner. Puck up the right side. Jammed back in by Vanoski. Jonas Brodin. Up the ice. Little give and go. Brodin into the corner. And there with Grunstrom. Picked off by Marcin Kalush. And it comes into Sweden territory. There's Eriksson Ek. You know, John Hines, the American coach, he went up against in game one, 5 of his own players from the Minnesota Wild. And he said Joel Eriksson Ek could be one of those Selkie guys in the next few years. Loves his play, 200-foot game, and really came into his own as well offensively this year in the NHL. 30 goals and 64 points, career highs for him.
Yeah, it just seems like there's always somebody else that we're talking about. But there's no reason, especially in this tournament already. Terrific 200-foot player. Understands the game so well. And when he's playing with 2 guys that have speed and talent, like Kempe and Lucas Raymond in this tournament right now, he knows how to use them and give them every opportunity to use their skills. And it's a great line.
Raymond lost it at the blue line. There's Matches. He got tripped up by Carlson. Erik Karlsson on the puck. Karlsson, little pass up ahead. Eriksson Ek with Kempe and Raymond. Raymond's got it. Raymond drops it back. Victor Hedman shot in and out of the glove. Zavalotny got enough and made the initial save. Raymond, though, tenacious. Digging for that puck. Kempe across. Eriksson Ek. Second try. Puck loose. Swept out of the way by Vida. Held into the line. Kempe. Hedman takes the shot. Good passing. Kempe into the glove. Man, they work it around real nicely as David Zavalotny with the save. Great to see the mascots back in 2015. Bob and Bobek. There they are. There's Bobek. I don't know where Bob is. Probably hanging out in the VIP lounge. Regardless, they are the official mascots. Last time the championship here, 2015. Also in Prague at O2 Arena. Also here in beautiful Ostrava.
It's hard to get those VIP tickets.
Let me know when you get them. I'll be right beside you, partner.
Apparently you have to be a mascot.
He looked out. He kind of found on the pass. Got it to Pettersson. Pettersson to center. First meeting between these two nations at this tournament in 32 years. Obviously, it's been a long time away for Poland. Was so impressed, though, with their game, the tenacity, the energy they brought in game number 1. And they led 3 times versus Latvia, and Latvia finally got it done as they won in overtime.
It meant so much for them because they scored the first goal, right? So that just added to the energy level and the confidence level and went from there. They need something like that here. There's their first good look at the net in a while. That was from distance.
Burke got it on net. Puck battle. Trying to get it free, and it's swept out as Letitu's Burke got a pretty good shot in from the blue line. That pass out of the way of Kostick. He's got to hustle back. Laid up to Urbanovic. Urbanovic over the blue line. And he got tangled up with Brodin. Urbanovic back in the corner. Lundestrom has the puck. It bounced right to Olofsson, and Sweden able to clear. Isaac Lundestrom up the left side, and he had it swatted away. Good stick by Kalush. Final minute, first period. And all things considered, not a bad period here for Poland. Maybe a chance. Krzolik had it, tried to drop it off. Puck round the net, brought in by Voenga. Pass in front and cleaned up by Zetterlund. You know, all things considered, Sweden's got to be one of the favorites in this group. Poland's first time here in a long time. Down by 2, but you know what? All things considered, they look like they belong up here, Brian.
They're still figuring out what kind of team they have to be.
Erik Karlsson, slap pass across. Losing his stick was Zavalotny. He doesn't have a stick, but he's got it now as he picks it back up. 15 seconds left in the period. Rundstrom down on the shot, but the follow-up nearly got in, and Poland just got to relieve the pressure here. That's icing.
Yeah, Poland's got a ways to go for sure. They're trying to figure out, are we good enough to play a skill game? And when you're playing against the Swedish team the way they're playing right now, you're chasing them around a lot. So then when you do get the puck, you go, okay, we have to start making some plays and we have to play with speed. That is certainly true. But in essence, if you're more of a grind team and you have to play more of an in-your-face game, they're still in that process trying to figure out how to get to that. But it's early. They're down by 2, but they still got a ways to go and they can figure it out.
Hedman loads up, and that didn't miss by much. Just 1 second left, pass through the slot. And 2 goals, Marcus Johansson and Lucas Rader, 2-0.
Yeah, the Swedes pretty much got their game going. They're just rolling the lines and all 6D out there. Everybody's into the game. They've got tremendous movement in their game, and they've got Poland chasing them around so far.
It is our third and final game of the day here in Ostrava as we get ready for intermission. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Start där gubbar. One, two, three, one. Easy, easy. Watch the crease. Watch the crease. I'm just watching here. Now you went 1 feet inside. When I say outside, then you went out. Good job, boys. Good job. Good, good. Back. Move that back. Move that back. Yep. Loose! Loose! Let's go, back, back! Go for the back! On the back, guys, let's go! Good, good, watch out, boys, hey! Let's go, easy boys, dig down, dig down. Good, good, good.
There's a lot of hookings and slashes.
There's a little bit going on, but nothing worth 2 minutes yet, I don't think.
No, I mean, that's fine, it's your call. I'm just letting you know
No,
that
we see what's going on.
a lot.
Yeah, it's going both ways. We got guys grabbing onto each
yeah.
other, so I think we've been pretty consistent.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Fair?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Lucas.
Zero problem.
I hear you. Everybody wants power plays now.
So Primary Group A and another game
Welcome back to Ostrava. Day 3 of the World Hockey Championship. A good start for Sweden. And Brian, in recent memory, one of the best years offensively for a player from Sweden was actually William Nylander. That was back in 2019. They didn't medal that year, but his 13 assists, he had 18 points overall. The 13 helped was the most in a single tournament in Swedish history. And you have to think, with the firepower here this year, some of those records could be in jeopardy with the offense that they have.
Yeah, no doubt. They're playing with a ton of confidence. They know they have a good team. Their defense is stacked. Their ability to control the game, to move up, make 60-foot passes. Victor Hedman, one of the best ever at that. Carlson, the mobility. Dahlin, Brodin, no slouch. And their third pairing, they get so much movement of the puck and free up their forwards. Meanwhile, Poland could have had easily 1 goal. They only had 4 shots on goal, but they had 2 really terrific scoring chances. Klaas was then all alone in a breakaway, tried to go 5-hole, and they also had a chance from Kolush moving in late on the play. 2 point-blank chances, so Sweden will give up some chances. They can get a little careless from time to time, and Poland just needs some finish.
Most ice time in that first period went to Victor Hedman. He made 8 minutes look pretty easy as Carlson tried to get it to Hedman. A good diving stick from Pavel Zygmunt. Shot right back in. Sweden on the attack, but it pops free. Patrick Brunka will start the play up that right side. Kalush, lone man in as he chases down Victor Hedman. He'll play to Carlson. Andre Burakovsky to Victor Hedman. The big man coasting over the line. Burakovsky will play it back. There's Hedman. Lost the puck, and here's a push. Christian Dubinsky, the captain, trying to get in. Wrist shot in that right pad stop again, Gustafsson. It seems every chance Poland's had, it's been a partial breakaway and a pretty good look.
Yeah, first time was Carlson got caught up the ice, and that time it was Victor Hedman along the wall, tried to make a play into the middle and turned it over. So the chances are that Poland will get more chances when those two are out there, because they tend to make daring plays, and when they don't work, it means chances the other way.
Good saves from Gustafsson, even though he hasn't really been tested that much.
kidding.
Every save has been a really good one. The backup, by the way, tonight is Samuel Ersson.
Theoretically,
Philadelphia.
yeah, this could have been like a disaster for Sweden. What if the 3 chances they had scored on all 3 of them, and they'd be down in this game? Everybody'd be looking at this totally differently. Some big saves there from Gustafsson.
And you know, it's special too. It's amazing, even some of the comments and messages from back home in North America, people of Polish descent, how much this means and how many people watched that first game and the excitement. And that's just part of what makes the World Championship so special, to be here to cover, realizing what it means to everyone at a championship like this. Hand pass, play goes down.
Yep, when you get those chances, there's a look at Posh, who had that breakaway chance in the first period. He showed a lot in that first game. Really liked this guy. Some terrific speed, got really good hockey sense about him. He knows when to get in the open. Good hands. I think he just made up his mind and tried to go 5-hole. A lot of time, you know, the goalie will show it to you and take it away. And at high speed, he had that 1-second decision. And he got beaten on the play.
Tim He up for Fabian Zetterlund. They'll hustle in, chipped away by Camille Gorney. Turnover at the line. Zetterlund with it and got it through, but it was poked into the corner. Camille Gorney able to work it up the right side. The flip from Freshko up the ice. Backhand beat across, and the shot banned. A follow-up backhand. And again, Gustafsson was there.
That's Post right in the middle of it again.
Number 14 causing some headaches as he slings that right through the crease, and Posh will start a change. Turnover right in front. Wow, bang, bang play, and Krzolik just missed it on Gustafsson. What a chance. Koshnik got the line, and that didn't miss by much. Good pressure now. Wrist shot. Blocked, and Zetterlund is trying to barrel in, and away he goes. Fabian Zetterlund tried to center that pass for Olofsson, but it's popped to center. In comes Krzolik again. Weak shot, stick save. Patrick Krzolik, what a chance for Poland. The chances they get here, Brian, they've been grade A chances,
no
not
doubt.
weak ones, man.
Yep. And that'll give them confidence. It's just a little bit here, one step at a time. If Sweden gets a little bit lax, a little bit loose, tries to push it a little bit at the wrong time, then they're going to get those chances.
Grundstrom to the line. He'll get it back in front of his bench. Grundstrom playing pass there with Jesper Froden. Jonas Brodin. Back at the line, Rasmus Dahlin. He'll weave in. Dahlin around the net. He'll set up shot behind the net. Dahlin, Brodin, and he lost the puck and a foot race on. Patrick Voronka, he's got some wheels. Voronka, little flip in front shot. What a stop again! Zygmunt denied. Point blank by Gustafsson. Good speed, Patrick Voronka. You know, Voronka played in a D1 game versus Italy. Mike Keenan was the coach, by the way. Mike Keenan said, that guy was public enemy number 1. We got to try shut this guy down. And Patrick Voronka, nice little setup with his wheels there. Yeah,
he's a pretty small guy. He's tiny, in fact. But man, can he wheel out there? Great anticipation, too. He's the one that knocked that pass out. You had defensemen for Sweden in behind the Polish net, and that's what made the difference. It was Dahlin. And so when they turn the puck over, everybody's out of position.
Eriksson Ek trying to squeak that backhand through. A lot of chances here in this second period.
On the attack, there's Voronka. Great speed, beautiful little pass. He threaded that one all the way through, right at the net. Good scoring chance there for Poland. That's Zygmunt. And again, Gustafsson just been really solid. I think he knows what he's playing behind, too, and he knows the frame of mind that his team is in. There's the second chance from behind the net. Krzolik, his timing was really good. I think Sam Hallam's thinking, okay, guys, yeah, I know you want the puck, I know you want to make plays, but let's not get any bad habits going too, because that's what happens in a game like this when you have the puck so much of the time as Sweden has. You start getting a little too fancy and you open things up.
Lucas Raymond in front. Eriksson Ek shot, and that was stopped by Zabolotny. Zabolotny's got to pretty much be perfect now. Carlson wheeling at the line. Zips it across. Oh, he had Kempe. Pretty good pass. And it's picked up by Dominic Bosch. Bosch lost it. Eriksson Ek again. Eriksson Ek in front. Off the stick. And Poland controls. Camille Gorney. That was deflected in as Ducharchi got a stick on it. Hedman, he's back in his own zone. You know, Brian, we talked about this in intermission. Poland's got the chances. It's just tough when you don't have those high-end skilled natural finishers. I mean, they have had the looks, but you need a guy that can snipe and finish those things off, especially in a tournament like this, especially against the high-end team. Puck behind the net. Marcus Johansson up for Tim Heath. Pettersson racing after it. He'll jam it in. Burakovsky leaves it in the corner. Pass up top, shot. Oh, the tip just wide. Good little play as Pontus Holmberg nearly tipped it in front. Burakovsky, puck in his skates. Moved up to Heath. Heath throws it across. Racing after it is Urbanovic. Good pressure, Sweden. Penalty coming up. And Poland on the penalty kill here. Hooking the call. 2-0 Sweden.
Sweden going to go on the power play. Urbanovic is in the penalty box for hooking. You get the stick up parallel and up around the hand. So first chance for Sweden to really move the puck around. And no surprise, Victor Hedman's going to come out along with Erik Karlsson. Not too many power plays of two defensemen out there. When you got that kind of skill, you put them both out.
Pretty nice blessing to have here as Pashut playing pass short-handed. Pashut shot, and Gustafsson steers that into the corner. 2-0 Sweden on the power play. Edmund will lay it back. There's Kempe. The Los Angeles Kings will drop it off. Erik Karlsson. Victor Hedman at the point. Karlsson has it. And play whistle down.
Not sure what that's
Is it a hand
about.
pass? The net's on the moorings. I didn't see. Well, the face-off's coming
offside.
Yeah, it's coming outside the zone, so it must be an offside call. Not the first time, Brian. Not the last time I'll be confused at this World Hockey Championship. Here's Kempe. He'll bring it in over the line. Minute 30 to go in the power play. Lucas Raymond had a little tap-in goal already in this game. Erik Karlsson far boards. Karlsson up to Hedman. Hedman. Kempe. Kempe across. One-time drive. What a stop. Lucas Raymond in the high slot, and it was Erik Karlsson down low with that shot. Little wobbler. Nice little play off the back of the net. Hedman up top. What a bomb. So Eriksson Ek using the back of the net to play pass. Karlsson, the luxury of setting up with that big glass bar circle. Yeah. Look at the weapons they have.
Yeah, he's playing on the flank spot. Carlson is on that left side, and Victor Hedman eventually, this seam pass was a beauty. Carlson hammered it. That was an outstanding save by Zabolotny. And then Victor Hedman will finish it off here. Victor had a handful of shots this year playing for Tampa Bay, over 100 miles an hour. He kind of went back to hockey school during the summer, did a lot of work on the basics, just passing and shooting and the one-timers, and stick handling on top of it, and a really good year offensively because of it. Those shots from the point, especially the one-timers, he really keeps his shoulders down, keeps the follow-through down, and just hammers all that volume right into the shot. Very seldom did he miss a net.
Here's Olofsson. Gets it back. Olofsson, one-timer. Pretty good on the power play himself, Victor Olofsson. Pass across, Burakovsky up high and fighting the shoulder with Zabolotny. Rasmus Dahlin. He'll hand it off. Burakovsky across, one-time drive just wide Johansson. And that'll pop all the way down the ice as Rasmus Dahlin will collect it.
And Zabolotny needed rest. I could see him. He just kind of took a big sigh there and got ready for the next wave.
Well, he will not be used to this kind of offense in his career thus far. This is something new. Olofsson across. Pass in front. 5-on-5 hockey as Poland's killed it off. Still loose. No whistle. Now we have one. And Brian, the longer this game goes on and Poland can stay within 2,
yep,
I think that's a win for them going forward here.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're getting the goaltending that they need. Zabolotny's making some really big time saves. They are doing their work as best they can in the middle of the ice. And Sweden's been around the outside an awful lot. They're starting to get more and more pucks through. These are the tough ones. That one just raised off the top of the crossbar.
Dahlin had 20 goals this season in Buffalo, career high. That decor is going to be something else. They just added Bowen Byram. Owen Power, my goodness, they are stacked in Buffalo on the back end.
Yeah, they are. That rebuild, when you start it from the back end out like that, they do have some dynamic young talent, and that'll take them a long way.
Palouche trying to clear, and he will. Poland starting a change, led by Zygmunt. Victor Hedman. I don't know if that was onside or not. It wasn't. You can see the linesman saying get back onside, and Sweden will. Pashut, some speed. Pashut tried to tuck it in at the side of the net. The luxury here as well for head coach Sam Hallam. He can kind of roll a lot of players here, get everyone some touches. Poland comes again. Natchez had 2 goals in the opener as the young man's pushed off the puck. But Cook can call, and Poland's going to get a chance here on the power play.
And these are the types of plays. It is still a 2-goal game. First power play here for Poland. They get something going. They score a goal here. That can really tighten things up and give them a bit of an edge. That's what they're looking for.
It is Johansson.
Let's see what kind of puck movement Poland can come up with here. Win the face-off, whether they want to work it, which side they want to use the most, or they're going to work it from up top.
Poland wins it. It's back to Gordy. Poland will get set up. Freshko. Or back up top. Ucharchi in front. The tip. Good save in front as Bosch got the tip, and a better save Gustafsson.
Yeah, good old-fashioned stuff there. Get it right through. They did have that net front presence, but Gustafsson did a really good job of coming out to the edge of the crease, so the redirection, the deflection, it doesn't have a chance to change direction much.
Now in game 1, Poland, their entries on their power play, it did not look good, and it actually hurt them more than it helped them. And with this Swedish penalty kill, we'll see what they can do here. And you can see how aggressive Sweden is. They probably saw some of that tape. Ucharchi trying to bring it in. He'll hit Tim Heed, and Pettersson has the puck. Those entries, they just struggled, and something they'll have to work on in this tournament. Eriksson Ek short-handed, has the puck with it, shooting, and a good stop, Zabolotny. Eriksson Ek goes to work. 9 minutes left in the second period. Our third and final game on day 3 at the World Hockey Championship. Back-to-back days of 3 games. Be a nice break for the ice tomorrow, just having the 2 games, because it's got a lot of wear and tear here in Ostrava Arena, and that's going to be right over. And that might be puck over glass as it hit the netting. They'll talk about it.
Yeah, I think he was inside his own zone.
I don't think he, well, they'll discuss this. Here's a chance. There's that tip, that nice play in front from Dominic Posh.
Posh has been the guy. I mean, he's had the best scoring chances by far. He's had the puck on his stick, and he's created it himself. It's not going to be a penalty. They conferred a little bit, I guess. I didn't see whether it was just inside the blue line. It was darn close, though. Just a sailing puck that went all the way out the end zone and into the netting. They were considering whether that was going to be a delay of game. Instead, it's not.
Some Canadian content as well. Michael Campbell, number 18, a referee for Canada. We always talk about how special it is to represent your country. Pretty cool, too, for the referees and the men running the lines as well to get this opportunity. So 20 seconds left of power play time for Poland. They haven't really done much yet. As Gustafsson out, and he'll play it. Knocked down in the corner. Dubinsky. Christian Dubinsky, the captain. Right up to the point. Dubinsky in the corner, lays it back up top. Slap pass, side of the net, shot stopped by Gustafsson, and it's 5-on-5 hockey. Sweden with the kill. Here's Frodin. He'll lay it back to Jonas Frodin. 27 points for the Wild this season. Frodin. Patrick Vaida advancing the play, chipped in by Dubinsky. Gustafsson again will play it. Rasmus Dahlin. Here's Johansson, high slot. He's got the puck. Here's Burakovsky. Andre Burakovsky up top, big bomb. Score. Erik Karlsson drilled it. Back of the net, and it's 3-0 Sweden.
Talk about walking into the shot. Karlsson comes in from over by the bench, and he's got his stick in the air as Sweden's taken the zone. And this one is from, I don't know, 15, 20 feet, maybe inside the blue line. Johansson stops up and then just puts it on the tee. That's just a blistering shot. It's a beauty. He has got such great hands. They're just a click. You can hardly even hear it. It's not so much a heavy shot from Karlsson. It's that laser beam, that dart that just jumps off his blade. And there was really no chance, even from distance like that, for Zabolotny to get across.
It was amazing. It's his first of the tournament, Brian. A couple seasons ago with the Sharks, 25 goals, 101 points. I mean, that's special territory for a defenseman.
Yeah, it's been a while since a defenseman had 100 points. You would think he would have done it for Pittsburgh this year, too. Well, the guys he had to work with, but their power play just was crazy poor.
Did you have 100 ever in your career? 100 points for the back end?
Not even total, I don't think.
Welcome back to the Men's World Championship, Brian Mudryk, Brian Engblom, and Claire Hanna along. And Brian, we did some work. You did. You had over 200 points, actually, in your NHL career. And if I may add, my friend, you know what? I have a privilege, and it is a privilege to call the Montreal Canadiens back in the NHL. And you are a part of 3 Stanley Cup titles with some of the best players to ever do it in Montreal, Laura, including the great Guy Lafleur.
Yeah, timing is everything, that's for sure.
I want to welcome viewers that were watching the NBA Draft Lottery, and it's 3-0 Sweden. The latest goal from Erik Karlsson, Marcus Johansson, and Lucas Raymond also on the board as Raymond's on the clock. He'll bring it in. Raymond, centering feed, broken down. And for viewers joining us for Poland, it's their first time in the main championship as Raymond shoots glove side and missed in 22 years. Poland's last game was a win versus Japan back in 2002. We're about 15 kilometers from the Polish border, so it's been an awesome experience with the fans here. And, you know, they played tough. They're in over their head here a little bit, but they played a pretty good game as Victor Hedman winds up, and the goalie, David Zabolotny, he's made some nice stops here in this game. That shot, Olofsson just whistled it wide.
And it was Burakovsky who made that beautiful pass to Karlsson for that one-timer. Number 95, not 90, Johansson. And boy, did he ever set it up nicely for Karlsson, that blistering shot.
Another wrist shot missing the mark. Finally, it's the clear by Gregor's Pashoots down the ice. Under 6 to go in the second period. Here's Zetterlund. Isaac Lundestrom. He'll collect the puck. Tried to center, the pass behind Zetterlund. Picked up by Pettersson. Pettersson up for Tim Heed. Heed in the corner. Zetterlund behind the net. He's checked by Gorney. Laid up the right side as Pashoots. Over to the goalie, Philip Gustafsson, who gets the start. Look out, a little bit of a whiff there as Lucharczyk trying to steal. But Sweden recovers. Marcus Pettersson through center ice. Pettersson flips it in. Getting spun around was Linus Johansson. Johansson in the corner. He'll reverse play and shoot it in for Froden. The Trey Kroner fans on their feet, and they are loving the game so far. A 3-0 lead here in the Ostrava Arena.
You know what, up to this point in the second period, Poland's done a decent job here of not getting stuck in their end for too long. Because second period, you're a long ways from your bench. And with the way Sweden can grind you, especially they can change their offensive guys. They move the puck around. They have the puck a lot around the outside and just run you out of energy. And that's when you make mistakes. And Poland's been able to avoid that for the most part. And there are only about 4.5 minutes to go here in this second period.
Poland lost their overtime game to Latvia 5-4, where they led multiple times in that game. Burakovsky tried to sling it into the slot area. Rasmus Dahlin picks it up. Dahlin in front. That was poked away and by Erik Karlsson, who's got to scoot back.
Good play by Kruchek there. They're really starting to make the reads now. They've gotten a feel against Sweden, and Poland's done a better and better job about when to move, about what it looks like. There was a Peter Forsberg kind of reverse hit there in the corner by Burakovsky.
Yeah, that was Patrick Vada who learned the hard way. Here's Erik Karlsson. Erik Karlsson centers, and that was Hedman. Hedman has it. Hedman on the puck. It's amazing. They're defensive partners, and Karlsson is setting up, not on a power play at the far circle, looking to rip one in. It's a pleasure to watch this blue line for Sweden. And who's the guy in deep? It's Erik Karlsson trying to swing it in front. Johansson has it. Eriksson Ek, Johansson. This is not a power play. Karlsson winds up just wide. Eriksson Ek in the corner. Karlsson changing on the fly. Johansson in the corner. Raymond jumped on the ice. Here's Tim Heed. And he bobbled it, and they'll have to regroup here at center. Also special, too, you know, we got the Four Nations Cup coming up, Brian. You got the Olympics coming up as Raymond brings it in. Raymond drops it back. Eriksson Ek, backhand try, nearly squeezed it in and cleared by Poland. So a great chance. You know, a lot of these NHL players, they've been dying to play at the Olympics. And
You're starting to now get some reps. World Championships coming up will be critical to get kind of that chemistry and looks for an Olympic team.
Yeah, every nation that's here has a couple of young guys at least on every team, because they are building to that. You're always building for the future. You want to give your young, talented players a taste, even if they don't play a lot. They're playing with the top players in their country and against the top players, and yeah, building towards the Olympics.
Penalty coming up to Poland, and Sweden on the power play when we return.
Erik Karlsson getting a little work on his skate blade. Meanwhile, Walega's in the penalty box. We have a tripping penalty call. There was a work along the wall here, and Walega ends up with a penalty, although there should have been a penalty, I think, the other way around. Walega was having his stick held, and you can see the reaction that he has, like, really, you got me for that one? Really can't blame him for that. Pretty well disguised, but there goes Sweden back on the power play.
Marcus Johansson, Lucas Raymond, and Erik Karlsson, your goal scorers. Shots 28-10 in favor of Sweden, with 10 saves counting for Philip Gustafsson, who makes back-to-back starts here for Sweden to open up the championship. They were off yesterday, back in action today. Here's Hedman. Karlsson, slap pass, Kempe. Oh, Eriksson through the legs. Kempe following up, poked away in time by Pashut, and the clear for Poland.
Boy, that's a terrific reaction by Pashut. He saved an outstanding scoring chance, probably a goal for Sweden.
Lucas Raymond with a goal in this game. Brings it in. Off the boards, Hedman. Two defensemen on this power play. You'll see Karlsson. He was setting up at the far circle for the one-timer. And there he goes. Kempe. Hedman. Great shot through traffic, just wide. Raymond digs it free for Kempe. Kempe throws it back down low. Eriksson. Kempe. Hedman. Karlsson thought about the one-timer. Hedman will shoot. Low shot and a good one. Eriksson just tipped it wide. Final minute, second period.
That was a rolling puck, too, so Victor took something off it.
Kempe, knuckler, couldn't get the one-timer away. And a stick there from Dominic Posch, and he's racing in. Posch, short-handed. Posch hit the side of the net as Hedman had to get back.
You know what? That was close, though. That hit the goal post from a really bad angle. And another inch over, that could have gone in off the head of Gustafsson. It's a heck of a shot.
It was 22 years in the making. Poland back at the main championship. It's been worth the wait. They've been a lot of fun to watch. Olofsson digs it free. Few seconds left in the power play and the period. 5-on-5 hockey. One-timer off the crossbar. Victor Olofsson with a rocket, and he had the shoulder shrug after. Just 5 seconds left in the period. One last push. That drive blocked as Walega didn't get it through, and time will wind down. 40 minutes in. 3-0 Sweden.
Still hanging in there. The Poles are doing a really good job here. They can't take too many more penalties, though, because that power play for Sweden can be deadly.
40 minutes in the books. Game 3 at the World Hockey Championship from Ostrava. Laura and Dave are next.
in the conference. Still 2 minutes, now we have to get in the moment.
Brawo! Dawać, panowie, cały czas pracujemy!
Tak jest! Nie musimy szybko dawać bramki!
Brawo za Pikeję, panowie! Super robota!
Rękawami! Nie musimy szybko strzelać, pomału, jedna i tutaj, mamy!
Już nie żyją!
Hey guys, just outside, please, thanks. Guys, just outside circle, most of you. Thanks. Easy, easy, easy. Better back. Let's go, let's go. Come on, guys.
Watch the crease! Careful! We're good! We're good! Move it! It's loose! It's... We're good!
Sit down, watch your side, watch your hand. Oh. 15, hooking. Hooking. You're getting spinning.
Okay, puck here!
Play. We good.
able to even up the score. So Austria 4, Switzerland 4, and in Prague, they're about to see some exciting action in the third period. Meanwhile, we are getting back to the third period as well as here in Ostrava Arena. So we will just remind ourselves what happened in the second period. Here are the highlights.
It is 10 p.m. local time on a Sunday night, day 3 of the World Hockey Championship. It is our third and final game, one period to come. Sweden, a 3-0 advantage. Back to 2 games in Group B tomorrow, and 2 pretty good ones. As you got Sweden back in action, will take on Germany, and the United States will take on Slovakia. That'll be a fun one. That's Cole Caulfield versus Juraj Slafkovsky. Top line in Montreal.
Yeah. Always nice when teammates in the NHL play against each other.
Underway here in this third period, 3-0 Sweden. Rasmus Dahlin to the right side, brought in offside.
Zabolotny's done a nice job in goal for Poland. He's made some really good saves. I mean, the goals that have gone in, he really hasn't had any chance. The one-timer from Carlson, that was an absolute bullet. And even though it was from distance, it was perfectly placed. And the other 2 were backdoor redirection plays that he had absolutely no chance on. And Poland has adapted pretty darn well. And to be within 3 goals and having had 4 really good chances, nothing to show for it, but 4 really outstanding chances, including a flat-out breakaway and another really good look that was almost considered a breakaway, just coming away with nothing, couldn't quite finish. And you got to hand it to Philip Gustafsson, a goal for the Swedes too, for those saves.
Here's Eriksson Ek, drops it back. Brodin, high shot on Zabolotny, who's actually Polish and German. The 30-year-old plays in the Tier 2 league under the DEL. That pass in front, that close to goal number 1, as Mikelski just couldn't get his stick on. A lot of velocity on the pass. So you wonder, is Zabolotny, Poland in the same group as Germany? That'd be pretty special for him if indeed he does get the start versus Germany later on in the championship. Look out, Erik Karlsson nearly gave it away. Puck right in front, and it popped off the stick of Mateusz Mikelski. Another chance for his shot, broken up. Follow-up try, and that's kicked aside, and that's Krzysztof Macias, the youngster, teenager, out of the Western League in Prince Albert.
And then there again, everything but the finish. They just can't get somebody with a good enough shot to get that first goal and get a little bit of momentum offensively.
And we should give a little credit to Philip Gustafsson, because he has indeed made some nice stops. Hedman at the line, held in. Even he wasn't sure. Zetterlund. Hedman will start a change. Zetterlund continues to battle for that puck. In with Dominic Posch. Posch will flip it to center. Out on Lucharczyk. Couldn't advance it anymore, and it's back to Pettersson. Look out, turnover, and Lucharczyk lost the handle.
Oh my.
And score! The big job! Poland on the board, Alan Lucharczyk. He's got one at the World Championship.
It's not the way he dreamed about it. Sweden turns it over. He has a great chance and he overskates it. Talk about getting a little uptight with the immediate scoring chance, but he stays with it. Good for him. And his instinct is, even from the back of the net, just get it. He's thinking about 2 things at once. Gustafsson intimidated him with that attempted poke check, but then terrific job. He just throws it back at the goaltender and off his backside, and he squeaks it in. Outstanding. Lucharczyk will remember that one forever.
And that's the special part, Brian, of this tournament. You know what? Those moments. I scored against Sweden, and it wasn't any just Sweden team. Look at the lineup I scored against. Look at these defensemen on this roster. It's a special goal.
That guy played in the NHL. Yeah, exactly. That was, and he's still smiling and laughing about it. I think his teammates were giving him a hard time. Yeah, turnover. And he did. He literally, he looked up. He saw the stick coming out. He didn't have much time and room. Overskated it. But good for him to stay right with it there and just dump it right back into the crease off the goaltender.
It may not make Polish Sports Center highlight of the night, but it will make Polish Sports Center. It has to. That's a big-time goal for his nation.
No doubt.
Rasmus Dahlin for Jonas Brodin. And that'll give him some life, and that's what this is all about. Building in a tournament and feeling good and getting some positive vibes. They will not be shut out versus Sweden. And you never know. 17 minutes left, third period. It's a 3-1 game. One little bounce or weird play like we just saw, and you can turn the tide a little bit. High flip to center as Kryzolek. Brodin took him off. Joel Eriksson Ek, a little bit of pace from the blue line. Just onside or not. Yeah, it was pretty close, and they'll say that is offside.
Lucas Raymond had a terrific season again in Detroit. 31 goals, 72 points for Lucas Raymond. Outstanding. It's his second World Championship. Tremendous hands. Still so young. Cornerstone player for the Red Wings, too. And for this Swedish team for years to come.
He was the second Red Wings teenager to score a hat trick. The only other one to do so, his boss, the general manager, Steve Yzerman.
And yeah, career highs in Detroit. They were so close there to making the playoffs. They got some good ones coming up as usual, and a guy from Sweden, Axel Sandin Pellikka, young defenseman taken in the first round. We saw Trey Augustine, who's the Detroit draft pick as well, the backup goalie for USA, who was coming to action when Alex Lyon got hurt. Eriksson Ek. Kempe tries to drop it off. Oh, what a move. Carlson still with it. Erik Karlsson dangling in deep. How much fun is he having on this big surface? Here's Edman. Edman. Kempe. Wrist shot. Knocked down in front. Never got through. And look out. Stretch pass. Up ahead. A little break. Matches was in, and he lost the handle.
He had inside position,
Wow.
too. That would have been another breakaway from the blue line in.
The captain tried to zing it in. Dubinsky. Bouncing puck. Nice move. Dubinsky wrist shot and settling it down. Philip Gustafsson.
Just haven't been there enough times. You know, under the pressure, get a little antsy. Real nice heads-up play here, right to the far blue line. Good pass and just mishandled there at the last second. Krusek, who's made some really good passes in this game. How about that by Zerbinsky? Turnaround shot there. But another example of Holden creating some stuff. Not afraid to do it. Not finishing with the puck in the back of the net.
Dominic Posh on the draw, trying to win it. And it just sets the table up when you look at our group, Ryan. There's going to be a lot of fun games here down the stretch. Meaningful games as Pettersson across, tried to center that, and a penalty coming up. Slashing. So Sweden will go on the power play here, 2-goal advantage. And the guilty party is Dominic Posh.
Posh has had a good game. He's a good player. He plays hard. He plays with instinct. He's had some good chances, some of the best chances. And he played hard like that, but that definitely was a slash.
Sweden on the power play. Andre Burakovsky. He'll throw it down low. Fabian Zetterlund back to Burakovsky. Dahlin works it to Olofsson. Dahlin, the Buffalo Sabres. Big drive, Olofsson. And that's handled by Zabolotny.
Yeah, the second unit started off on this power play. And Dahlin, who's a Buffalo Sabre, as is Olofsson, so they have a feel for each other. Makes a lot of sense that they'd be together on that second power play unit. Dahlin knows how to set him up. The lefty setting up the right side so he can make the good pass right in the wheelhouse. And I tell you, Olofsson can really bring it. He's got a heck of a shot.
Olofsson and Hedman, both from Örnsköldsvik, Sweden. That was a co-host city for the Under-18 Worlds. We talked about Lucas Raymond. That's where he had the hat trick, where they won their first ever on home soil. And that's home to the Modo program. The Sedin twins are from up there as well. We talk about Swedish royalty. And Modo now back up in the SHL, the top division. Second division in Sweden, the Allsvenskan.
Yeah, and the season for Olofsson wasn't as good as the year before. He only played 51 games. He had some injuries. He only had 15 points. Last year, he had 28 goals for Buffalo. That's where you really saw him start to shine there, especially on the power play. Man, he was shooting the puck from everywhere. An absolute rocket.
Mikelski on the forecheck. 6 minutes gone, third period. A little bit of power play time left. 47 seconds for Sweden. Karlsson lost an edge there, or blew a tire. And you have to think Buffalo, with some of the pieces they have, the defensive core we talked about, some of the young forwards. A lot of people thought they might push for a playoff spot this year, much like we thought Ottawa, much like we thought Detroit, which was very close. Kempe will bring it in. Adrian Kempe sends it across, wrist shot, and Karlsson never got through. Karlsson, Kempe for Victor Hedman. Hedman, wrist shot, hit a body, went wide.
Kempe is so smooth. He makes everything look so easy. There's so much fluid motion to his game.
And he had the wrist shot right on Zabolotny. And behind the play, behind the net, Swedish player is slow to get up. Yeah, Lucas Raymond.
There's a look at Kempe. Always got his head up. Coming up the ice, he's as good as gets around the world. Playing for the LA Kings. There's a good look at that shot block there. Victor trying to fit it through. But a good block. But Adrian Kempe just comes up the ice. He's so hard to read because his skating style is so smooth, and he's so fast. You don't realize how fast he's going as a defenseman until he gets close to you, and then he can really put you in trouble.
Kempe a couple seasons ago, 41 goal season, career high in points this year. So a good penalty kill by Poland. Job well done. They're within 2. Lucas Raymond maneuvering for Kempe. In, wrist shot, hit a leg. And Hedman will get back.
The Swedes tend to get right up on the play, especially this pair of Hedman and Karlsson. Whether it's on the power play, but particularly 5-on-5, they poach in a lot. So when shots get blocked or there's a quick pass by Poland, they can get caught. We've already seen that happen.
Puck of the line. Tim Heed able to hold it in and chip to center. Heed will backpedal. Heed for Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson, career highs offensively with the Penguins this year. That's knocked down by Freshko. Freshko cutting in, pass in front, and it was behind the target. Boenga. Here's Grundstrom up the left wing. Grundstrom, shot likely going wide, but look what a weird bounce behind the net. 8 minutes gone. Foot race on. Bartko, Freshko, after the puck, shoots, and Gustafsson stopped that.
And good speed there. They've got some talented players, and they've got some speed to play with there, and they're starting to judge themselves and see exactly where they stand. This was besides the first game ever in the tournament in the last 20+ years, which got everybody's attention, but this one against this big Swedish team gives them an idea exactly where they stand. Individuals on the Polish team and as a team. It's a 3-1 score, and that score means a lot to them, even though they only have the 1 and not the 3. They're coming along just fine, and this will teach them a lot going forward.
USA lost to Sweden 5-2. Poland within 2, and you know that goal from Lucharczyk did. It gave them a little belief. And that always helps. Belief and hope is dangerous in a tournament like this. And that's flipped into the Swedish bench. Face off inside Sweden territory. 11:27 to go in the third period. Here in Ostrava. There's a look at the goal scorer for Poland, Alan Lucharczyk. Played in the Ontario Hockey League back in the day. Sudbury, Owen Sound, played in the East Coast Hockey League. And something he can brag about someday in a rocking chair to his kids and grandkids. I scored versus Sweden in the World Hockey Championship.
He probably wanted to go after the puck.
Why wouldn't you? Why not? Here's Olsen through center. They'll chip it in. Zetterling. And a puck battle as Pashut clears to center, and then Pashut took a bit of a shot. They'll chase after that puck. They're tenacious, Poland. They will not quit, and a trip in the corner as Pashut and Dahlin both went down, and play continues. Pashut. You can't question Poland's effort.
They will continue to battle here, and we've seen that in this game. Poland's next test is France on Tuesday. And from what we've seen, that's a gettable game for Poland. They bring the effort that we've seen in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
That should be a pretty good little matchup.
Because if France doesn't bring the effort that they did today, and they played with a lot of effort, a lot more than they did in their first game. So the onus will be on France for sure to see if they can control the game or not, because you can't underestimate the Polish team.
The tournament too for Dogovic. Latvia 2 goals, both overtime winners in this tournament.
Yeah. Look at the battle in the corner there, and look at Rasmus Dahlin, one of the great young talents in the game. They get wrapped up with each other. No penalties on the play. Dahlin, yeah, another tremendous year for him. Just great skills. 20 goals for defenseman, 59 points for Rasmus Dahlin.
He was the first Swedish-born player, Brian, to go #1 in the NHL draft since Mats Sundin in 1989. And he's a special player on the back end here in this tournament for Sweden. Puck at the line, Brick spins, shoots it in for Poland. Kempe has it. Kempe. Turnover at the line, and Poland, oh, it's good steal getting back was Lucas Raymond to break it up. Just onside, and coming with his line mates. Raymond. Far point, trying to spin away his hit by Freshko. Eriksson Ek battling in front. Eriksson Ek will chase after the puck in the corner. Hedman gloves it down, keeps it in. Victor Hedman. And then they stood up a little bit, lost the puck battle, but getting back there was Grundstrom. Ucharchik's had a really good game, number 88 for Poland. Rode it, good burst of speed. He'll bring it in. Plays it up top for Pedersen. Pedersen for Tim Heed. Heed shot, and that right pad kicked out in time from Zabolotny. Grundstrom will bring it in. Grundstrom wrist shot high. Bit of a shootout in Prague right now between Austria and the Swiss. 6 of the 9 goals on the power play in that game right now. Nico Hischier has a couple. Austria was up at 1.31, and then Switzerland battling back to lead in that game. Pedersen will chip it in. That stretch pass just out of the reach of Owenga, and that'll be icing.
A lot of goal-scoring power on the Swedish team. Adrian Kempe, 28 goals, 75 points with LA. Eriksson Ek, 30 goals. Marcus Sorensen playing in the Swedish League, 31 goals. Lucas Raymond, 31 goals. Dahlin, 20. Fabian Zetterlund, 24 goals for San Jose. And Jesper Freuden, 22 goals playing in the Swiss League. So there's a lot of guys you got to cover. You're up against them when you play against these Swedes.
8:24 to go, 3-1 Sweden. Good speed, Johansson. He'll bring it in. What a move. Johansson still with it. Right to center. And that was knocked down. Dahlin, far point. Dahlin will backhand it in. Burakovsky in the vicinity there. As was Pontus Holmberg, but he didn't see the puck in his feet. Long shot. That'll miss from Ivanovic. Burakovsky. Some pace through center with Johansson. Burakovsky, nice move, and the high shot missed.
He's done some good things in this game for Sweden, too. Burakovsky, beautiful an assist on the Carlson goal. Handled the puck a lot. Made some really good plays in the offensive zone.
Hedman tried to swing it in. That was picked off by Krizolik and shot in as Urbanovic at the end of a shift. Poland change it. You know, pretty special this year. These two on the back end here, Carlson, Hedman in the NHL, both hitting 1,000 games this year. In the National Hockey League, a special mark. And they're both special players. Olofsson right in front. Good save. Zabolotny with a sharp. Hedman off the stick of Olofsson.
Picked up by Zygmunt. Poland can't clear. It's swung cross ice. Chopped down by Olofsson. Was Zetterlund. Olofsson. He got spun off the puck. Couldn't get it there. As Boschu will knock it down. And behind the plays, Victor Olofsson got clipped.
Well, collision along the wall, and they are reviewing it to see what the severity of the penalty is going to be here against Poland. Olofsson got a stick right up in the mush. That one really hurts. Gorney's in the penalty box. Here's the call.
After review, Team Poland, number 17, double minor for high sticking.
So we got 4 minutes. So blood was drawn. Yeah, he whacked him pretty good. Battled along the wall, stick comes up, and he popped him right in the mouth. Yeah, there's the blood. I'm not feeling too good there. Checking the checklist to see if they're still in place. Right there. Yeah, he whacked him pretty good there. That doesn't feel good.
Top power play unit out for Sweden. Hedman, Karlsson. Erik Karlsson. Hedman. Kempe. Adrian Kempe down low. Eriksson through the legs. Tries again the backhand. Sweden controls. Kempe one more time. In. Shoots off the post. Kempe. Looking to walk it in again. Upper Hedman. Back to Kempe. Kempe. Karlsson. Hedman. Thought about it. Kempe. In. Shoots. And that was off the defender. And high comes to Karlsson. Erik Karlsson. Victor Hedman. Karlsson, one-timer, and that's high. And all the way down the ice.
Victor Hedman is outstanding. The guy up top on the power play. You see it all the time in Tampa. He can put it in the wheelhouse nearly every time perfectly. That's a real skill, especially when you're playing with guys like Steven Stamkos who can shoot it like virtually nobody else in the league. But it's got to be in the right place to be most effective so he can control the shot. He knows exactly where to put it in between the feet, near the front foot.
Burakovsky, race shot, score, power play goal. Speaking of shooters, there's a pretty good one. It's 4-1.
He's had a really good game. A big assist earlier in the game. He got a chance, a little bit of room here. Boy, did he ever snap this one. No big windup on it. He just leaned on the stick. He got the centrifugal force right in the crook of the toe of the blade here and just snapped this one. Here he comes downhill, gets to the top of the circle. Yeah, taking aim all the way. We'll get a good look here, see what he's looking at. Dust it off one time, get it right in the toe. That one's climbing right up and over the glove. Yep. That's mano a mano there. He just beat him clean, right?
Well, he's raised in Malmo, Sweden. Andre Burakovsky, born in Austria, raised in Malmo, Sweden, right near the border there. So still some power play time, as that was on the first half of the double minor. That was assessed, that high stick. Burakovsky again, why not? Looking for a little bit more. Burakovsky up for Rasmus Dahlin. Burakovsky goes down low. Johansson. And Zetterlund is in front. Up top, and Dahlin stick shatters. And here's a chance from Bonoski. Had to hold up though, Poland nearly offside, and here comes Zetterlund with some pace. Swept off his stick and backhanded down the ice. Under 5 to go, 4-1 Sweden. Hedman gliding through center, cutting in, coast to coast. Hedman, Carlson, shot, score! The two bigs tee up each other. Hedman, Carlson, back of the net. What a goal, it's 5-1.
Well, Victor Hedman brings this one all the way up the ice, and a lot of times he will drop it back for that slingshot attack. But he just kept this one. Makes a real nice move right here at the blue line. And he attracts 3 guys. But Carlson, who always gets himself available, and he's at the bottom of the circle. This is not an easy shot. And Victor's still able to control it. Almost loses footing, but see how he was so calm and his hands were so quiet that he was able to, even though the puck was rolling, he gave it a second to settle it down, and then he got it right in the wheelhouse again for Carlson, and Carlson from the tough angle, that's a really tough shot to stop. So all of a sudden, now it's a 5-1 lead for Sweden.
That is pretty special stuff from 2 great blue liners. Defensive partners here at this tournament, 5-1 Sweden, and 2 power play goals, so they really take advantage of the special teams.
Penalty coming up here. Yep. This will be a slash, I think.
Slash, my apologies.
Rodin, yep. Slash the stick out of his hand. Of Luchachik, I believe.
So 4:20 to go, and Poland on the power play when we come back.
Team Sweden, player number 82, 2 minutes slashing.
Welcome back. Jesper Froden in the box, slashing the call. So down here by 4. Poland on the power play to try get maybe one more here by Philip Gustafsson. Unless the tides really turn here, Sweden will start 2-0, and that's 2 regulation wins, so that'll mean 6 points. They would lead the group. Latvia, a great start. They got 2 wins as well, but both of their wins in overtime. Dogovic, both OT winners, by the way. They have 4 points. That'll set up nicely for tomorrow. USA, Slovakia. Actually, will set up to be a pretty big game.
Yeah, we were talking about the Eriksson-Ek line being maybe the best line so far, but that Dogovic line, they have been dynamic. And boy, you can't be any more effective than they've been too, and Dogovic in particular.
Yeah, Zirkles and Abols, been a really nice line. Poland setting up here on the power play. Baranka behind the net, bouncing puck in front, and the captain fanned on it as Dubinsky had a pretty good look in front. Puck at the side of the net as they jam away. Again, it's Dubinsky, number 61, the captain, who's driving play in front of the net. Both teams getting a change in as Zabalotny is well out of his net. He'll play it up ahead. Boschut tried to play it back. Dangerous play. Eriksson-Ek was right there. Brick will circle around. Brick in his own zone. Plays that to center. Poland able to stay on side. Freshko setting up, bouncing puck, and swatted down the ice by Sweden. Sweden will reset and get ready for Germany tomorrow night. as group play continues. Chance in front, slap pass. Oh, what a play right through the crease. Camille Vegna. My goodness, that was close.
That's been the story of this game for Poland. Another outstanding chance. And it was from a tough angle. It's high speed from a tough angle, but again, it's just, it's the scoring touch that just isn't quite there. That's experience, being able to relax and make the shot that you really need to make under pressure when these situations happen quickly. They're right upon you. You have to have the concentration in the hands to finish it off. And that's where Poland just been lacking in this game.
Final 2 minutes of the game. Backhand beat in front. The drive stopped. And it's interesting, Latvia, bronze medal last year, first medal in history. 2-0 start here as well.
Yeah.
And the one thing that their team talked about collectively was the fact that for so many years, much like Poland is back, they were just battling, you know, with the 8th place, 9th place, 7th place. And now they actually feel like, you know what, enough about these 8th place finishes. We feel now we can stay in close games, and it's all about that growth, Brian.
Yeah, you have to have the belief, you have to have the system, you have to have some guys with some skill. Skilled players win you championships. The process, the system gives everybody a purpose, line to line, shift to shift. But it's great skilled players that win you championships.
Here's Lundestrom. Sweden trying to put the wraps on this game. Olofsson in the corner. Zetterlund, puck just by him. In comes Rasmus Dahlin. Olofsson picks it up. Olofsson feeds the point. Brodin, Olofsson. Jonas Brodin for Dahlin. Dahlin's going to walk it in. Dahlin fan of the shot. Minute 15 to go. Sweden will lead Group B with 6 points. And a great start for them. They're trying to medal for the first time since they went back-to-back gold 2017 and 18 and have not found the podium since. For Sweden, last year 6th place, 2022 6th place, and in 2021 a 9th place finish. So maybe now's the time. You look at the roster, my goodness, they're due and they're loaded.
Yeah. They know they've got all the components, and it's about building their game. They're going to get points along the way. They already have. They're 2 for 2. So now this is about, okay, who's playing best with whom, settling in the line combinations, everybody getting confident and settled on the power play, and then it's execution and momentum from there.
Shots 41-15 Sweden as Hedman threw it right through the crease. Into the final minute here on this Sunday night in Ostrava, 10:30 p.m. local time. Glad you're with us back home in North America. And a happy Mother's Day, especially to my mom Terry and my Baba, Mary Shimerko.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there.
Absolutely, they are special people and lucky to have them in our lives. Baranka up top. Wrist shot knocked down in front as Björk threw it towards the net. Good job by Björk at the line, or Froden would have been in with 10 seconds to go. Patrick Baranka spinning around at center. 2 games, 2 wins as Sweden off to a great start at this World Hockey Championship.
Poland did a good job here. They accomplished a lot of things. They know where they stand there, and they know they can get some scoring chances against the best teams in the tournament. They're not just happy to be here at this point. And Sweden controlled this game as was expected. They end up with 5 goals.
Sweden, 5 goals in the first win versus USA. 5 more here, and the big guns really showed up. Sweden 2-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded by IIHF International, official sponsor of the 2024 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Irena Sheshkova, Deputy Secretary General of the local organizing committee, Ostrava; Adam Fras, Vice President of the Polish Ice Hockey Federation. Best player of Team Poland, number 69, Mateusz Bryk. Best player of Team Sweden, number 95, Andre Burakovsky. Dear all, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of Sweden. Thank you, and thank you for being part of the 2024 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. We proudly welcome you to make sure you have all your belongings. And for 2024 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Hey, good game, buddy. Good job, boys. Good job, man. Hey, good job. Good job, man. Good job. Really good, eh? Good job, man. Yeah. Yeah, you too. Good play well. Keep going.
This is our 2024 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship official anthem. Next to the
I'll get the new.
After you found the back of the net, your Polish fans were chanting one more goal. What did it feel like to score against a team this good?
For sure, the dreams come true because we work our whole life to play against these guys. So it's pretty special for us, and I'm so happy for everyone because we play pretty good today.
You're playing in the top division for the first time in 22 years. What did you learn about your team in a game like this?
Oh, a lot for sure, because everyone knows what we came for here. We want to stay in this group for next year, so we have a couple more games important for us, so we need to make sure we play like that for the next couple games.
How do you use some of this momentum as you move into that game against France on Tuesday?
Hard question. Probably this is gonna be a different game. It's a different level of the players too, so we need to be ready and stay to the plan.
And then in Polish, what did you learn from this game today that you can apply to your game against France on Tuesday?
In Polish? Na pewno dużo się nauczyliśmy w tym meczu, był to dużo wyższy poziom i mamy nadzieję, że wyciągniemy z tego wnioski i w kolejnych meczach to zaprezentuje.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Eric, a dominant game for your team. Sometimes it's easy to take a team like this lightly. What does it say about the focus and determination still to come out with a 5-1 win?
No, I mean, I think obviously we're the better team. But again, I think they play really well. I don't think, when you say Poland and hockey, it doesn't really go hand in hand all the time. But, they're a good hockey team, and they played some good hockey, and they made it hard for us, and they created their own chances and, capitalized on the things, we didn't do so well when we didn't mismanage the puck. So it was a fun game. It was a good game. We're happy with the win. But again, I think, we'll talk a little bit more about them. I think they were playing a good game, and they were a good team today. And, I think we know we're a better team than this. But, kudos to them. They did a great job.
Before this game, your coach, Sam Hallam, said that when you committed to playing for Sweden, you picked up the phone. A lot of guys committed with you. Why did you choose to play at the World Championships for the first time in over 10 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's something I cherish a lot. Every time I get to play for the Three Kroner, it's a huge honor. It's something that I grew up watching, and it's been a long time since I played a Worlds, and I'm just fortunate that my body's feeling okay and my family's good at home, and I think it's a good time now as well with the Olympics coming back on and the Four Nation next year. So. I felt it was a good time, and everybody else felt the same thing. Start the journey a little bit early.
And what's it like to play with Victor Hedman?
It's amazing. We're obviously good friends. We have been for a very long time now, and we don't know how many of these opportunities we're going to get together. So it's obviously very special that we both can be here at the same time. Even though I think we both would rather be playing back home right now or overseas, but. It's great. It's great, and it's fun to play together as well.
And then one more, if you can answer in Swedish, just what does it mean to you to represent Sweden, and why did you decide to come back after a 10-year absence?
Nej, men givetvis det är en stor ära att spela för Tre Kronor. Det är någonting som jag håller väldigt varmt om hjärtat. Nu var det ju ett tag sedan tyvärr. Så jag kände det var dags, kroppen är hel och suget finns alltid där. Så det är mycket som ska falla på plats, och i år gjorde det. Så att jag är oerhört ärad och tar ingenting för givet, utan det är kul att vara här och få representera Sverige igen. Tack!
Nej.